My name is Nat Sloane, and I was the chair of a big lottery, now known as the National Lottery Community Fund, at the time that we designed and approved the big local investment in 2011-2012. Unfortunately, I can't be with you at the Connects event in Nottingham, so I wanted to say a few words because I'm very proud of what has happened. We set up Big Local because we had a strong belief in the whole notion of asset-based community development and the whole idea that residents should be in the lead in shaping what they want for their communities. My hopes for Big Local really at the start was to serve almost as a test bed for 150 communities to come together, determine what they wanted to do with the £1 million that had been earmarked for them, and for Big Local to be the engine and the entity that would draw up the learning over a long period of time to determine what worked well for communities in terms of their development and to draw the learning from what didn't work well and to use that as a kind of continuous experimentation and learning hub for community development. When we set this program up in 2011, although austerity was definitely part of the political landscape at that time, we hadn't really anticipated that basic food provision was going to be such a big and widespread need over the coming years. I would say that, again, it demonstrates the importance of having residents in the lead, because if that is the area that the community feels needs to be addressed, sadly, to be honest with you, then that is where the money and the effort should be directed. So yes, it's a surprise. Yes, it's a disappointment at a macro political level, but at a local level, it does demonstrate the strength and the power of the Big Local idea as it was originally conceived. The most important thing is the engagement networks that have been built up over these years. So although the money may be coming to an end, I really hope that the Big Local areas will continue to use the residents' networks that they've built up and the assets that have been built around that as a means of carrying on community development. And hopefully there'll be other sources of money that can be tapped into over time. But that is a secondary element to the residents' network and the asset, as I say, that's been created because of these interpersonal networks that have been created. What I'd say to people who are still working hard to make things happen for their communities is carry on. Don't lose the faith in terms of what you're doing, because community development will only work and always will work if residents are committing the time and effort and energy to make stuff happen. So keep on trucking, as they say in my home country. One of the things I really would like to say is a thank you to all the Big Local areas that have been involved over the last 13 years. To thank the residents, most importantly, who have been engaged in committing their time and their effort and their energies. So to the Big Local communities and the Big Local staff, a huge thanks. I hope that the next couple of years you will continue to apply your energies with the level of commitment and enthusiasm that you've done thus far.